The Galaxy S26 Ultra is one of the most talked about smartphones coming next year, and leaks are giving us a clear picture of what to expect. One area where Samsung is clearly putting in extra effort is the camera system. Based on the latest reports, it looks like the S26 Ultra will make big improvements in low-light photography while keeping the same versatile setup that fans already love. Just like the Galaxy S25 Ultra, the new S26 Ultra will feature a quad camera setup on the back. That means for powerful lenses are returning, but this time with some key upgrades. According to reliable tipster universes, here's what we're getting: a 200-megapixel primary camera with an f1.4 for aperture, a 50-megapixel ultra-wide with an f1.9 aperture, a 12-megapixel telephoto with 3x optical zoom and an f2.4 for aperture, and finally, a 50-megapixel super telephoto with 5x optical zoom and an f2.9 aperture. At first glance, this might sound very similar to the S25 Ultra, but the real difference lies in the aperture sizes. If you're not too familiar with camera terms, the aperture is basically the opening in a lens that lets in light. A wider aperture allows more light to enter, which is crucial when taking photos in darker conditions like nighttime shots or indoor environments. This time, Samsung has widened the aperture on both the main 200-megapixel camera and the 50-megapixel super telephoto camera. That change alone could make a big difference. The main sensor can now capture up to 47% more light than before, while the telephoto camera can take in about 38% more light. The result: sharper pictures, less grain, and more reliable performance when lighting isn't perfect. If you've ever struggled with blurry or noisy images in the evening, this upgrade is designed to fix that. Another important improvement comes with the telephoto camera. On the S25 Ultra, the telephoto sensor was just 10 megapixels. On the S26 Ultra, it's getting bumped up to 12 megapixels. It might not sound like a massive jump, but that 20% increase in resolution means more detail and sharper results, especially when zooming in on distant subjects. When you combine these hardware changes with Samsung's already advanced image processing, the S26 Ultra looks like it will take night photography to the next level. Over the years, Samsung has steadily improved its low-light performance, and now it seems like the company is ready to deliver its best results yet. One thing that doesn't seem to be changing is the front-facing camera. Reports suggest that Samsung will stick with the same selfie camera hardware from the S25 Ultra. The decision stands out because Apple is rumored to be making a major upgrade with its iPhone 17 lineup, moving from a 12-megapixel selfie camera to a much sharper 24-megapixel one. This could give Apple an edge in selfies and video calls, but Samsung's focus is clearly on making the rear cameras as strong as possible, and honestly, that strategy makes sense. Most people use their rear cameras far more often, and low light performance is an area that can dramatically improve everyday photos. Whether it's snapping pictures at a party, capturing a city skyline at night, or taking family shots indoors, the upgrades on the S26 Ultra's main and telephoto cameras could make a real difference in how those moments turn out. It's also another sign of how competitive the smartphone industry has become. Samsung and Apple continue to challenge each other in different areas, Apple pushing the front camera forward, while Samsung strengthens the rear system. In the end, consumers benefit because both companies are working harder to deliver better photography experiences. With just a few months left before Samsung officially unveils the Galaxy S26 series, we'll no doubt see more leaks and details emerge. But from what we know so far, the S26 Ultra isn't just repeating the formula of its predecessor. Instead, it's making targeted upgrades: wider apertures, higher resolution on zoom, and much better low-light handling that should translate into real improvements in daily use. So when the Galaxy S26 Ultra finally arrives, it may very well stand out as the ultimate low-light performer. With more light entering the lens, sharper zoom shots, and improved clarity, Samsung is aiming to make sure your photos look great no matter the conditions. Now we just have to wait and see how these leaks match up with the official announcement.